Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. April 25th, 2023. Today na April 25, 2023. You know, Salon people, have another beautiful day. You see, we're grateful. In 2 days, we get independence. Today na Tuesday, so Thursday na Independence Day. You know, we all can say, but this independence, waiting 60 years later. But you know, it's worth celebrating still because we get for reminisce and think about waiting are we possibilities, waiting at the future. You know, don't you hear some kind of audio them? We hear one, I hear audio covering the cash. I don't know if I hear that audio. I don't bother shouting. It's so nonsense. The guy is here, matter be ready for pull thugs them. For anybody who come out na do, you know. I mean, I don't know what he mean come out na do. But we know no more say April 27 holiday and everybody get for go about their business. Marabio and the SLPP, they're not stupid. They don't go pull thugs because they say people are going to beach for go enjoy. They'll go pull thugs for go attack people. No. Everybody will go enjoy on Independence Day. The government will not enjoy on Independence Day. Sierra Leoneans deserve to enjoy the Independence Day. But you listen, that's what I'm talking about. We can't talk to you.
If even government will enjoy independence in a celebration, like told them memorial,
absolutely.
Every independence, now a benchmark for no sort of 60 years ago, no more vaccination, economically, socially, or anything like to celebrate. Why would they celebrate? Because not free from slavery. Absolutely. So Independent Day, none of you, it's if I'm not surprised, I irresponsible government, so they all the national media are irresponsible statements. So whatever thing they say to we is not a surprise.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I don't think this is the comment from the SLPP because it don't make no sense for the SLPP say if people in the command do for go enjoy and get fun and they pull thugs for go attack people. It make no sense. You know what I mean? But again, I feel like it goes to this message where you know that they afaf scat they afaf corner where they try for dissuade people like for say. But anyways. The fact of the matter remains, April 27, Independence Day, everybody go out, go get fun. You will not get and understand some man get for in house. Anyways, not all man able for come on and teach, not all man get money. But you were able for go out there, go get the momentum. You know, that the day that they will go able for work yourself now holiday, go to your neighbor, go check up, go to your family down now Eastern, if you're in Western, go make sure say they get a voter ID card. Now the day that one day, when I come out and treat, go get fun, relax, and build the momentum for the elections, period. All right, everybody wanna go have fun right there. People that sit on social media, they abuse and use these opportunities for make money out of una, for make una brothers and sisters, and they run for go overseas. Say the country is better, the country peace not in there. Allah, this country, no. They take una €2,000, then $3,000, then siphon from una.
Like all this, this is the reason. Like. No matter, I don't tell you, we are people and we believe in the Constitution, but you see the game of all lengthing the year every time they come with like protest. Like, look, come on, people in there first they angry, still not there for it's not the host. Why you say people still not there for it's not the country gets younger? So man not even get steam for it. So you might as well just sit on the house. Why you go come say, oh, sit at home, protest and all this?
Exactly. It's foolishness. It don't pass mad. And let me tell salon people, moving forward, if we are political leaders, them not in front of protest, when they're in a salon. Una members of parliament, una local council members them. If they're not in front of that protest for una, anybody will come out for foolish and big fool. Now if not for yourself. I tell una point blank now. If una leaders they wait for take account for una, hold una, protect una, they're not in front of that protest, then you come out, you make big fool. For stupidity, you say they go, it's on you. It's on you. We make them very clear. Now you right for protest, we protect the right to protest.
If you go protest, wherein you go after all the established politicians them we suppose for all government to books, like then the people decide to take their power back because they get the power. I am fine with it.
Absolutely.
But you cannot be defending like one side of the coin, but you want to make them go after the other side of the coin.
No.
It doesn't make sense to me, Ibrahim.
No.
So
It makes sense to you.
But Ibrahim, I start see a video when they make rounds, like where Honorable Abdul Kandeh is a lovely guy. We all know how lovely he is. Although because of how the status quo in their politics, he's afraid for even come out now platform. But we don't look for them anyway. But you see, Ibrahim, like I see a video where they talk say, oh, like the gas price, the petrol price don't go up, getting it. Ibrahim, the ironical thing about it, when the petrol price go up, we all know say petrol price, almost they will not analyze now, say. But the last APC government, oil in the world market, go $140 per barrel. But APC left back, APC they sell, they sell at 3,750 leons per liter, Ibrahim.
Yeah, exactly.
But now, this government, they don't get like oil price, they like $70, $80 right now, Ibrahim. Even the prediction, whenever they make say go $100 per barrel, like now, it don't stall because like the demand side, simple, like we are there about the demand side and productivity in the world. So like right now, oil price they are around $80 per barrel. Ibrahim, these politicians, it's all well and good for my Abdul they say, oh, well, on average, if it like this means that they add 90,000 every month per yes, then they add 90,000 per oil. It's all well and good saying that. But the root cause, Ibrahim, let we go ask, let we go check the petroleum department. Why is it that oil there at $70, but yet still they sell them 21,000 or 22,000 a liter? These are the questions where Abdul supposed to go ask. These are some of the things that we need for the check on. Not all those guys that we say, oh, well, the way I don't do my maths, me an engineer, and they calculate if every year. Check, why is it that less price per cubic meter the down at the world compared to how every day when they sell up 180,000? Go and check why is it like 60,000. These are the things that we do as an
we are topic because there's a major side talking about 10 minutes.
Exactly.
So we really contribute from this one. And they really contribute slow to the real issue.
Yeah. Gashi, I get your point.
Blindfold people. It's like I say, Ibrahim, look, they get to it.
They get to that. I get to that. You get me?
I think we get problem with Ibrahim.
Alright, well, I'll cut this call, but they get the money. Like cut this call, call her back.
That's not bad. All they say, Ibrahim, not so motorable that much now. Ukara the take. For even come up Kabalato, go na then when I do go na then the flower badalati, go na then flower na bike that they use. So that the transition means 99% bike na Honda, and expensive. So now na then for look all members of parliament. We not to the one they aspire, don't do that members of parliament and then questions that their responsibility now. They will say we don't get money, then they give you money. But I get money for go pay delegate for them for now. Now they for make use of this opportunity so that they make sure say let them go and let them can take people like 10 times say low on Kabala and I go take tomorrow back. Because at the end of the day, Ibrahim, the voter happy thing we get for but next time they say I think that 50% of the people are not take the voter ID card, 50% not take it. Yeah, I was say that majority now did not West Western area and they will say not take it. Now the simplest form of rigging and they would if I watch. Not to would they used to watch the play. Because all later the point of line say they get a responsibility still. We don't feel from what we can say when I call for the voter register. No much people don't register. Don't tell about it. Put it with the list. No, that's it. Now they tell them now, but you want to for collect the ID card for low complete statistics. No. How much people they don't pull from the voter registration? Still, well, Ibrahim, if now over 1 million not take the voter ID card. Now let's about even 200%. Then we don't forget about ourselves now. Now they not take the ID card. Then we go pass to the top one now. They still get chance for work. Time not in that. Time not in our favor. Time not in our favor. 60 days just like say when they say na 60 hours. 60 days is very, very short.
Come in. Agbolo your full weight. Now when it all again the same thing. These guys they just feel say the international community they just they go all Samoa Kamara and Isaiah power. They don't feel say they have to work for it. They're not going to do anything about it. Then they left my under. They ID card. You see, Comrade Ibrahim, the danger they are. Them black and white ID card. They are away with all female. Like how you they say we all not win. And that comes with it. We never watch the ink when they get for use. When they put some people in finger. And is it going to be washable that decide them that they're stronghold? Is it going to be more stronger than the APC stronghold? So they go able to use this ID cards. People that will go use them twice, 3 times for go vote. We do not know, Ibrahim. And remember, these guys, they don't actually vote people them. They don't inflate the numbers them that they carry money, they're stronghold. So they need to justify that with this black and white ID card. We have to watch. You see, anyway, no go to.
Absolutely. You know, the fact of the matter again remains. the secretariat, please, by Mikailu, you know, the Secretary General, especially the organizing secretary by Mahmoud. If I see one more picture of you team up, na them both say take picture, they send up for winner social media without you getting to work. Una they go no more, they go and take picture, they take the whole day and yes up. Una gets to work. You're a young boy, go work, organizing secretary. Now the 10 this way for take your active role. Go organize the people at the villages. Let them work for see. Let them go take their voter ID card. I be see a video of how we are, brother Mikailu. Comrade used to be Mikailu, the other younger one. We go video people and so they all them voter ID card them. You know, short video I be see them. Now they kind video one for see up by Mahmoud. They go across the city now, across the country. Now them village them, towns them. They organize, get buses them. They transport people them for go and go. Now that walk you want see. Then you can take picture. Abo. Anyways. Salon people, let me see. Let we come to Kandeh Yumkella. I'll talk about the alliance, Comrade Kocha, this wonderful alliance. You know, Comrade, it just crossed my mind and catch it. You know, SLPP, then they do this again for inflate their looks. Let the world see like for say, hey, you see, the SLPP, when they go down twist and turn, they don't do all thing for rig these elections. The registration process, you know, when I see the voter verification process, the voter ID card, they don't do all thing, deleting 270,000 names from the voter register. So they don't do all this. Now, when Kandeh Yumkella, they go join their soul, if people are the eyes of the international community, that, oh, the SLPP don't get this powerful figure. They are going to win this election because of this alliance. Now I say, I'm in mind right now, Comrade and Kashi, the APC for play the game too. Now the APC forget that other political parties they will feel say they want for deal with them. Unity Party, Miss Femi Claudius Cole, all these other political parties. So there 10 political parties. They say go organize the same thing. Go for a venue. Say, hey, we don't sign alliance with all of these other political parties. Play the game because what you do in the eyes of the international community, then go see now well SLPP don't go sign alliance with NGC where win 6% of the vote. And then the APC don't go down and get 10 political parties them when they not aligned with. When they say they're going to go champion and win this election, that way they in the eyes of the international community, Bobo, they go say, well, have a lot of mercy. If APC win this election, they deserve them. Look at them. They get alliance with all of these other political parties. When the SLPP get alliance somewhere with the SLPP, then one aspect will just come in mind. APC can play that political game. African politics is all about the gimmicks. Let them play the gimmicks, bruh. But you know, then they then go think about them. But you see, Comrade and Kashi, Kandeh Yumkella, like I would say, is very insignificant in salon politics. They don't weigh options. They don't say they lost Cambia this time. They don't say NGC no go get a stake like Cambia. You know, 4 years ago, I tell people, 4 years ago, I say anybody will support Kandeh Yumkella, will come up here now. You know, Comrade and Kashi, yesterday I put it on my Twitter page where I be raised over $20,000 where I give Kandeh Yumkella. Now I call, I tell, say, give me the account where I want this money go. $20,550 after all the expenses, the bank fees and all that. Now wire directly go inside the NGC bank account, the campaign account where in show me. One no say that account they they use for able for go about in campaigning and everything. $20,550 now raise for that guy. You know how they say this Comrade and Kashi. Now for the idiots them we feel say what within social media. Because then they pardon the cheap, foolish life when politicians they call them give them money. They feel saying that we all they pardon nonsense they. And they smear up. They don't burn that politician in a salon one day. Way before put a down. Me no politician in a salon, no one day exchange one pong. And I make a return back salon people them. That bomb swear also not go swear. Una swear that bomb swear every day. Everybody within a social media. When they eat money from politicians. I know they say, of course, communicate with you. Say where we they tongue. Cherry Coco, it can call idea money. But from that time, of course, all that thing they don't cut off. Not only that they talk, and it's about una way you the guy, you in a salon.
Orlando, I've been talking for people to understand. Say,
right.
If I get for be honest, I'm the conscience that they serve.
Absolutely.
And they pick up say that the only person I will say they pick up say that the only person who I know one day because say but the bad we go to me. You said the same person come meet me talk say brags when I do well, and I help you for internet. We thought I will be one day. And I respect that so much because me, not do me good way you want to use me, do me good way they surprise me.
Yes.
And I've been always get that in my mind. Say anyway, now show me like that person be go to like one pass I can meet you for problem. And because I'm very honest thing I do to them.
Absolutely.
And I know say me no go ever hit somebody who is surprise me to good. If I get chance for me, I person for payback time.
Absolutely.
But Ibrahim, Sierra Leone is bigger than all of us. You go there to do me. If anyone way me loyal to the state, my brother, that they will not left and they will scatter party.
Absolutely.
I know they sell me state for anything. Let me tell you something, Ibrahim. On Yumkella, I want let you give me small chance. La talk.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
You see, if anybody even they say, it's me, I left for remind people them of what who don't they talk. I always they talk say why they talk about Yumkella. I always continue for talk say, you know, I'm part of the Sierra Leonean. When me say I respect. But like you able to read Yumkella just after election, it takes somebody way very, very, very highly intelligent and we get love for your country. When you look at Yumkella, how you look at her before 2018, you join her for better Sierra Leone. Not just saying that for interest or not for interest. So you know join Yumkella for like if you can give class and law. Of course, you know they left you family at this time or you don't get that plan themselves. But join her for say for let the status quo change. So let get a new face that's alone. So then they for change the mindset of the people there. When election done, when you make a U-turn, you say, hey, this man, what I have respect for, not to demand this. Would I have the supporter for me, seek me Ibrahim, and not support this man, no get space as alone politics. Today, people are not see exactly what Ibrahim they say. People they will be feel say, where they cause Ibrahim yesterday, that they all been making that they oppose APC, yes. Now, just like that's people will oppose today, if tomorrow APC can do bad, nobody will be responsible because we oppose the SLPP. Now, we right for oppose the government, we disagree with. Even if we own disagreement, maybe not to say be, but we right for oppose any government. So now you fundamental rights as a citizen for criticize APC at that time. But equally, so people say not to APC be hit that the system of governance you want to change the status quo. You can. So that idiots will talk so today, let them so you want audio we do one not to say 1 minute audio we don't oppose SLPP than you or than individually for long for about platform individually we don't oppose SLPP than you inside these 5 years. So looking at Yumkella, so any other Sierra Leonean, so God therefore tapping their back say thank you for it. Because me, to be very honest with you now, you make me from the morning Yumkella not to make a cup of tea. All that is I mean, I know I tell us as even the day we focus on because I know say this man do I talk as if dishonest from the beginning of his statements. Why I see them go to Ghana, how he relates back by and Escobar, that I know say this man is very, very dishonest. Now I say, oh, this man he just one time for talk something where they favor the SLPP then and always want to put the problem by APC. Now I say not to honest man. Because if you don't know it's no problems, who say start. So you've been part of that group and come out. Even then you see them work and then foolish DJ Million, then Zubaru the way they don't jubilate that APC they say Zubaru all make audio now they say the way share the foolish videos because if I tell you something they find that you go for this supplement that should be there. Because when they talk, you know you talk not get argument based, they find it difficult for listen to you. Because when I listen to somebody you are able to pick something and make as an argument or make as an analyze. I think some topic for other people for analyzer. So you at that person at that time, Ibrahim, looking at Yumkella, you expose them where we could all be consistent in a way we could begin deep into that. Now you pressure Yumkella and tell anybody say now you make Yumkella talk say Saloma left for take company and pull Bangala. Now you pressure make Yumkella talk that day. We 2018 months now put for pull the Bangala. The charm call like we monkey don't hungry. We won't boss bank on the charm the Hague day. So we all supposed to tell you thank you for that I open a week give. Thank you for that make many people will follow Yumkella when them the follow up for sake we make them avoid for follow up. Today the Yumkella don't manifest itself. What you even tell them for Yumkella, what you been don't talk on this platform, you singularity, you can't say they will don't join the tell us say Yumkella not for be no for take it not to pursue irrelevant in politics in you don't it don't can't end in beautiful you know how they may look at I respect on Ibrahim. We they say it in the form alliance. Ibrahim, for me born at the wall, and on one they see opposition form an alliance, super opposition form an alliance with incumbents. And the super opposition they form an alliance for 6 governments. Logo 2007. Which as my guy now super politician, what he did, he make an alliance with APC for 6 SLPP by then. When they come 2018 elections and do the ADP, the C4C, the NGC, the SLPP, they make an alliance and they say, I make APC for power. We agree. Go to Gambia. They make an alliance that in pool, yeah, they make a power.
go to Zambia. Now Alliance Pool, that Zambia president, go to Kenya. So you see, every sober-minded politician, they form an alliance for pool incumbent, ruthless incumbent like President Bill government. But look at, they say, form alliance. You see how responsible they now dance. Ibrahim, we other artists in the world, they come together for cry out to the government they loud, like Nigeria, see the P Square, the Flavor, then they do all the big artists and actors and Kanayo, the Kenneth and Coco, then they join party them for on seats, then with the bad government power. We don't artists them. Then they go sing, give me the light, I want to see the power, then they dance. Imagine Ibrahim. Then they dance, then they jubilate and suffering, then they scatter. See the money they scatter on the stage. Then they scatter, the Salomon they scatter and then they stage. Ibrahim. So you now one person when people like, if you don't get nothing but tell you say person no one tell nothing. If you know and tell you thank you, let them left us so because you are the first person. I repeat, you are the first person when you see say Yumkella have been joined. Now you can publicly. Ibrahim, you get a lot of NGOs people when they decide to Yumkella but nobody ever talk. Then just okay, me I not mind, I know they talk. Let's say the much. But you refuse to keep quiet.
Absolutely.
You come out, you say no, our obligation, this one I not talk for them. So for Kappa can people say not to APC, I be his, I be say Alexei, na Maui, I be respect, you know, Sabia, na in qualification you look. Now you look in qualification, what is the work, say, this will be a better match. Just like what we see Pakaba with, you see that you and people already say, let not be say, we go for look one tell Ibrahim, then anybody tells you, you and go stick for you in a salon. Because look Pakaba, then go make peace and you work in a salon, you walk and escalate, to talk. Look Yumkella. If we get chance for Kelgo Keke, the factory and the go. We then say save like don't ship donor, then I have to consider that before you go salon, go say Bankasoka. So you see, with the finance, you look at all that thing, you know, be Sabi as a person. And only for Sabi for support you, I just need for know, I look at your qualification, or maybe I do research about you, then I get conviction to follow you. Because politics is about conviction. But after that, after 2018, you look at the man performing at parliament, and I say, no, this man is disappointment. So now you like the first force who they talk about now. For say you do very well for help for exposing Yumkella, see the person it be. Because if I'm not for you being for continue for talk about Yumkella, so we don't do to us. Sometimes we get little love for be pay attention and let pay attention and so. Everybody will pay attention to Yumkella for so insincerity, you not possibly contribute. So that makes something that they don't listen for. It's a lot of people like that, but they listen for enjoy, not to understand. Not to say now like who the dance boom dance, who the dance that for enjoy. The music also say that music just for enjoy. We they listen reggae music, but man, not just for enjoy. They listen because they get message. We listen to say they listen for dance and they get message. Don't spare they get message. So they listen then here. We don't listen critically like with that. Reverend talk about Boman dancing, emancipation. We sing ourselves, one of the best thing we elect. Abraham was still need for emancipation. So you now possible to tell thank you for exposing Yumkella. And the exposure also. Yumkella at this time we rest long over at this time we fear long to invest. At this time we give him money. Abraham give him money 400,000 users on 1 million salon money. 400,000 francs, 1 million users.
Wow.
At this time, now Yumkella win. I can't even you know the exchange rate. Now you the good get alliance with President you.
For mental slavery.
You know, it's a very, very, you know, let us see the insincerity, let us see them popular. Now, a bunch of criminals don't come in the name of democracy. A cartel, see a lot of good number of people, they say don't agree. Because Ibrahim, if people are not more from this tier, they disagree from them people like Ibrahim. We are, I don't know some of the head for. Because now God knows how to go land. You see, then I've been to another flop day. Then the NGC, Yumkella the dance, beyond as soon as dance man, they'll get the politics. Remember how Ibrahim, who said seen that them sober-minded world they see politics and they went dance. They went dance for talk to the people like hey, Yumkella
they die of hunger.
We will die of hungry.
You know.
Yumkella, if you don't say no more, me, I don't pull up my politics. But one thing as you say, every Sierra Leonean will look at Yumkella now as one of the disgrace person we salon ever get. Now a disgrace. Who say Mama did today? I'm very much sure that Mama did in the swear and I engrave. Me, Ibrahim, once you know just cost me, Mama, it take peace. It's trap Mama when I haja. If now you make a get dunia gentry, la die po. For say this man not even get respect for your mama. You don't even get respect for your family. Because somebody to that level of disrespect, respect not just you, is disrespect to your mama. Publicly, something you go join that person to make alliance. Ibrahim, Salon. Sorry.
You know,
hello, sorry.
Comrade Nkashi, You see, Kandeh Yumkella, you know, and thank you, comrade, by the way, with everything you're saying. You know, but at the end of the day, comrade, me, I work with me conscience. I work with me heart. Comrade, me and my heart, now they want me to pussy. Again, Kandeh Yumkella, when I looked at his resume, not how I look, not how I turn, but I resume now I look. When I look this man in CV, I say, hey, this brother, yeah, if one can contest for presidency in this country, this man don't work in development. Even though I say this man, no give a chance, no see somebody like this. Kashi, comrade, I had sleepless nights. For Allah make let us sabi this man na salon Kandeh Yumkella because nobody knows sabia. I had sleepless nights. Bruh, I set up a radio station in my basement. This is why they talk to me. We have number for a test to this, bruh. Because this was a time where I don't even care about the man, not Sabia, I don't want to know him. I say, I don't want to meet this man, I don't want to talk to him. All I know is this man looking at his resume as a professional myself. I say this man resume speaks volume. If this man can sit on there with other candidates them for they apply for a job, to God and this man, they get a job. I say I go get him this job. And the same way I say I'll give this man this job, that's how I campaign for this man. Not knowing say this guy no get no integrity. Not knowing say this man no get no backbone. Not knowing no say this man no get no conscience. Because you know mortal man a conscience you live with. You know come reconta and cash box and salon people and Kandeh Yumkella na 2 10 man meet Kandeh Yumkella 2 10 Asia. The first self na hotel na in wef na through in wef. Because na in wef na even the try for drum me. She was very grateful. May I so rest in peace. It was in wef they so like it today. Because I believe so if a woman be there, this nonsense that happen because at the end of the day, a woman for the think Ibrahim at the back of your head say, hey! But then I get today, not there, may I so rest in peace. That woman then I ain't draw me when in Canada and DC called me, say, Ibrahim, come. I tell you, go register in one organization without organization, you not go no side because what you do, I see up the woman say, no, they get in money support. What would they fed for get orphanage for now take care of their homeless people in that country? I really see them. This is all a psychological thing. I see up the woman say the tribe boy not getting money support for push their agenda day. But hey, that woman they draw me, I go and meet her out and the first time I meet her. Man way, you know, possibly where that kind of money they want to raise from for somebody worry for say I want to talk to Kandeh. No, me and nobody no not to me, I don't get a time for talk to people. Comrade and Kashi, then they done, then we come back, then we get to a small meeting. You woman back, they look for me son at the hall. They call me, say Ibrahim, hey, where Ibrahim? Then hey, time at the high table. I go sit over and there at the high table. That woman there was very grateful past this guy. Kandeh is a very ungrateful idiot. And they tell her, anybody where they be now, come up here now. He's a very, you know, he's full of everything. He feels say he get this pomposity inside. You know, that village boy I will go school upline, then come on and go overseas straight. No problem, oh. I dey tell you, bro. No problem. Now we problem, now we country.
Right? Next time, yeah, when you look for CV, you know why make with man they like you know by CV. Like Bokupa, we don't get job there.
No, Kashi, you CV where you Kashi, you CV where you get my brother. You can land any job. Kashi, you can apply for any job like UNT there, UNDP, you get time.
Yes, but people
no.
When they make come up, bro. So next time.
No.
Sit down and say, come on, I can interview you before that.
No, Kashi.
Even myself.
No. Kashi, you and I.
Yeah.
Kashi, you and I. Yeah. If I look your resume, bruh. So God and this that they put you to test. I don't need for can begin, you know, question.
That's true.
Because your resume is verifiable, not a salon education. Your resume is verifiable.
Even myself, I said, you know what? This guy, the way he talk, I remember having the talk. I said, this guy, the way he talk, I wish APC for me don't draw him.
Thank you.
Do you know, Ibrahim? I get source where they tell me say APC be actually want him. They be want him.
Kashi, that's a
you know, Ibrahim.
Now man, this way and Eskuroma
with this guy. Let me tell you, Ibrahim, man, you see we already two lines so they pass. It's just like I say, if a person say in a carpenter, oh, and they make bed, I will make it. They just go buy the boat them, they give them, they say, yeah. Ibrahim, go and take your wife, maybe the UN, UNDP and whatever. They don't make the bed for them. All what they need for doing for just polish the bed. Just the polish. They just go buy polish for them, can't polish the bed. Unlike Salon now, it was the proper test case. They say it's a make bed. They go buy all the boats them for them. They say, okay, yeah, they get armor, they get sword, they get tissue, they get whatever, where you need for make me. They get nail. They say, yeah, make the bed. You know, Ibrahim, that guy for make it talk, and then started and listen where it talk say, oh, they're all over the world. This Ukraine war, it ain't a son of boy there. You know, Ibrahim, basic economics tell you say that for manage scarce resources. This guy, for make Salone deal in the situation how he did so, you still the feel saying that because of like the war in Ukraine, that one the way me disrespect. I don't feel like a possible disrespecting Kandeh Yumkella right now. This guy, like everything that UN been there, it was like, you know, it was on a silver plate, Ibrahim.
You know,
then here Salone, where Salone na a virgin land, nothing, no common score. So Ibrahim, I mean, I do analysis what I tell people and say Salone only make 1% of the potential, and I can bet anybody Salone only make. Okay, typical example, Ibrahim. We marine resources. They say we can make $5 billion out of it. $5 billion. But what in Salone they make right now as revenue in our country now $400 million. That Ibrahim is less than 10%, about 8%.
You know,
8%.
You know,
of which we can make from marine resources, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
It's a batting line. So imagine you put all other things there. Salone they make less than 1% of with potential, Ibrahim. I guarantee you.
I got you.
Then they give you say Kandeh Yumkella, yeah, Kandeh Parliament. Make Kandeh Yumkella tell we one thing, the Africanist first. So basically, you tell what we say, even the thief for the thief, the audit report when they not debate, and I self opening document say that for 5 years they not debate the audit report. For 5 years they not debate the audit report. We're getting at the constitution. Then you sit down back, go support person like this. Like what comrade say, I don't want to see alliance when they make with the incumbents, Ibrahim. You see, you talk something where you say, oh, maybe you're just the kind of like try to create this persona with the international community and say, oh, you see, if I rig the election, say, Ibrahim, that rig the election day, if you see APC right now, they make so. I like Kandeh Yumkella. If APC be serious, Ibrahim, if APC, in fact, not have been serious, if they put their act together, these 60 days we don't left, Ibrahim, if APC put their act together, and let Kandeh Yumkella in 100 controlling Madabio, trust me, they would lose this election. But because APC, they say not even strategic, and this is the reason why people feel say we have a go at APC. No, we have a go at them or make them correct their mistake, because Ibrahim will have 60 days. They can still do it. They can still fix the problem if they want. Over to you for now.
You know, Comrade and Kashi, Salon people, let's go back. Kandeh Yumkella, Ugafo can tell them the kind of political party we joined. We go back to the 10 members of parliament that were removed on constitutionality, illegality, constitutional violation, human rights abuse. Kandeh Yumkella go subscribe to this. Then they can discuss all that, but I want to give people them just a background. But you know, Comrade, let's just go through security. Come on in if you want for coming for me now.
I think come on, you just mute too. Anyway, you see, like, honestly,
Big man.
you feel like what you talk when you come on, you understand? When you talk like the people,
yes,
see them all when
Kashi, I don't know. Kashi, I don't know. Okay.
Bro,
yes. Thank you, Kashi. You see, Kashi, we can tell Kandeh Yumkella what he subscribe to, and let Salon people see him for themselves. For 5 years, the government were brutalized with people. Kandeh Yumkella be wear black polo where they say Makeni lives matter. Kandeh Yumkella see why they removed 10 members of parliament. Kandeh Yumkella was part of the parliament. He see when they impose a speaker, they like today, Abbas Bundu, they don't impose them on the people of Sierra Leone. Kandeh Yumkella saw all of that. They subscribed to that. They say they go join a political party like that one. But you know, me no one can aside it. So they reach there. Kashi and Comrade, I go back. I want to tell people that they don't understand for the innocent students them, because they get for them at the campaign scale. Kandeh Yumkella go get for get the gumption for going there in Jala. You go get for the well, of course, in Jala go be very biased because they decided the. But I know say Frabe College student them, IPAM student them, all of these other universities them. No go encourage Kandeh Yumkella for go sit team up, for go talk no nonsense to them, because when they go look and listen and say this man,
I don't believe that. Trust me, we nation Ibrahim. Then they fall for them guy they always get double, triple, quadruple masters. Kandeh Yumkella still the fool people. The one they will get up to see the fool in the club forum. Now students same way, they say like, in the full forum, Ibrahim. So we carry on.
So let we caution them now. Let we educate them. Let we inform them. Let them understand. So not all the kind man this way they for listen to. Not all the kind man this way they for, not all the kind man this way they forget any, thing for do with. At that particular point in Sierra Leone, this man for 5 years then at Parliament, he had an opportunity for make sure say it change the narrative, change the messaging, bring kind of a change what they look for our country. For let people understand what's in governance for look for. Kandeh Yumkella in 5 years no impact no lives of Sierra Leonean immensely for say impact the lives of Sierra Leoneans through civic advocacy, civic education, go get us and then town hall meetings them, teach people, educate people them, inform citizens them about the roles and responsibilities of Parliament. In 5 years, Kandeh Yumkella achieved nothing. So these are the things all for think about. These are the things all for reflect on Sierra Leoneans like today. At 5 years of Kandeh Yumkella, Kashi at the table for free say this man. Again, I was not looking for anything from Kandeh Yumkella because that's not me. Everything I do selflessly. I do it from the bottom of my heart. I didn't do it for the person. I do it for the nation. I do it for the greater good of the nation. That is why I do what I do. So Sierra Leoneans, when we talk about these things here, so why they tell when I say I had sleep like Kashi and comrade, I convert my basement. I made an office na my basement just so I don't go disturb my family. I set up a radio station. Kashi, a lot of things that I did. I set up a radio station for Kandeh Yumkella, for Selam. Because I knew, say, people know Sabia, people don't know him, people don't know the Naim. When I look again, I say, at in resume, I said, Sierra Leoneans need for know that this brother. Sierra Leoneans for know that this man. Kashi, I spent my time, my endless resources. I swear to God.
That guy na Banya Feki to
Kashi, Kashi and comrade, tell us people. I know he gets me action so because everything what you do it for God, not do it for mortal man. And I do what I do for God. So I don't regret me actions. But if anything,
listen. You did nothing wrong. You did everything you do as a patriot. As somebody, as your rights, now your fundamental right for support. Once you have a political party, please support now your fundamental right. Not to say nothing, not to no go area. Ibrahim, what you do now for CCL change the narrative. That you're right. Ibrahim,
no, comrade,
nothing wrong.
Comrade, that is the point what they make. And comrade, Kandeh Yumkella, it was an example. Where I say. What's in and Kandeh Yumkella go bitter, even the way you look at like somebody like Samurai Kamara now. Kandeh Yumkella go allow for bitter that tasted me more. But if anything, it make I go exercise caution. Because if somebody of Kandeh Yumkella at the time where I feel say get pedigree, because not to now, but at the time where I feel say get pedigree, now I know say this man don't get no class. This man has no class. Kandeh Yumkella is nothing, Pastor. If I compare to them boy, then like King Jimmy where they push on Lanky and wheelbarrow. The only difference is in the opportunity. They said and go.
No, they better pass out.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But come on, I just have to find something.
No, what made them better pass out? Then no see we do could for go push on Molanki for them to survive.
Yes.
Put all the society banner. They not change from Molanki pushing. I did a code give them you pay for it. Why some can you no get value, you no get morals, you no know what he stand for, you don't know what he purpose. Ibrahim. Come
just to buttress that point. When Yumkella he no say he can get according to him, he can get job any side. He say wait man in the column for tap into in brain, in knowledge. He gets that potential for get job any side, but you decide to compromise the country for your selfish reason. And God go like it and dog there.
So comrade, I say all this.
That Monday, we 22 then post speaker of parliament. I can still remember a first statement. Ibrahim, I think that statement, to be very honest to you, we say not to counter democracy would they practice. This is not a counter democracy, that's an actual statement to them be impose the speaker of parliament to them beat APC MP to them pull them like we in point and not be short boy still talk say one day not to counter democracy with the I said, so this man, maybe you can prove some of you wrong. If I'm just after that, then the man turned 360 degrees 2 times. So if that man day, he glad with them go kill people at Panama Road. He happy about the killing of innocent people during August 10, after August 10, including by the Samson. That polo will be where that McKinney life matter. He better let go where other polo say McKinney life no matter. He better let where other polo because what's not the point for say McKinney life matter. That man glad we
It's ordinary. Sadi don't go 20,000. Now my gladi we per my don't go 800,000. Per my that man gladi we never don't to be 45,000.
It's a salon no more they happen. But I don't know why they happen again. Yeah, wicked. Carry on, comrade. Sorry, don't mind me interruption.
No, it's fine, Kashi. We just want to let you say the level of how come Yumkella gladi for how the NGC pull in the sofa. Because this offering not to APC, not to SLPP, not to NGC, that's Sierra Leone. But let them know the kind of politician who they follow. Let them know exactly if you can deceive people, nobody expects to see you could do this kind of turnaround. That's when I say very be careful how they follow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They don't take me like say we're not better. They don't take me like say we're not get future. They can go do something and dance with you good, have them for dancing club. Because Ibrahim, if they might be respect the people in life, Ibrahim, trust me, nobody they see Yumkella as even the guy even platform for talk today.
Comrade.
Statement people like Madam, you want to see yourself now. Ibrahim see Yumkella for the whole David point. Just for seeing face.
Absolutely. Kandeh Yumkella, see how ineffective he been at Parliament for 5 years. So he decides, say, you know what? I know they go again. I know say if I contest for parliamentary seat now, and I'm not gonna forget her. So what's that is still let's sell the supporters them, let's sell the people them. That's 6% of Sierra Leoneans. What's that Kandeh Yumkella voting number? Not to be 173,000 or something along that line. 170 something thousand votes, Comrade Kashi, right? 170 something thousand votes. So imagine Mother Building go align with them. Say, well, will they bring the 173,000 votes? Kashi and Comrade, you are the cities there, are the focus on that alliance. We are saying Mother Beauty build their ego. Now, for tell the world, say, look, the 173,000 votes, so we don't take them, we don't count them over. We're not applicable because now I'm telling you today, you put box for NGC, now Kandeh Yumkella named the day. Kandeh Yumkella not to get 5,000 votes. I tell you that for free inside Sierra Leone. 5,000 safe now over exaggeration. But at the same time,
as I say, it is because the APC are not doing their homework enough.
Right.
Ibrahim, there is a lot for make APC talk about like this, the recklessness of this government. There is a lot. But you see, APC, they watch. Look, you see, the problem we get, Ibrahim, Salon people have that foresight we don't get. We don't get foresight at all. You see, you remember when you begin to talk about like Kandeh Yumkella, the Arun Zubairu, a lovely guy, we are like in business. Now the man will begin can do video about you. Ibrahim KKY. All of a sudden, they want to go now. You're like, you see, because you saw it coming. Now, it take 5 years for me to see Kandeh Yumkella. You see, now, people like then DJ Million, like I don't even they reply to them. Yesterday the audio I see where I talk where he say they reply to Cashflow. I say you now, in fact now listen and they listen yourself. I don't get that time day for you because you see I do not give you that stupid attention when you want. Ibrahim, I'm telling you, these guys them, I don't know what they see. Some man waiting with a butu see. I like they're gonna crane. They cannot see it, Ibrahim. This guy. Me, Kandeh Yumkella, when begin to talk, say how the wage bill. From that day, I disrespect the man because I see and say, you know what? You do not even understand what you they talk. They give you bolt, they give you nail, they give you tissue, they give you saw, they give you hammer, second bill bait. A country where they wait for like just the people with the right mind. A country where like get everything where the world need. A country where they desperately need. You go to parliament. Every thievery where don't happen there. You go to parliament outside and say that the most corrupt institution of the country. You go to parliament outside the Africanist press talk about issues them, about the president is in thievery. Ibrahim, was it not Kandeh Yumkella when they accused the president? He said no, not to the president, so that the office of the president.
Yes.
Are you stupid?
Yes.
Are you stupid? The office of the president. Ibrahim, again, I said this yesterday. No auditor, no get right for put pen to paper in report without going to the people where audit say that this I don't find out. So tell me if you not agree or not. No auditor in the world they do. But yet still you come and say, well, obviously, liar could have gone to the president's office and say that this I don't find out. If they will be getting receipt, therefore, we don't show up if we don't remove the report. But you Kandeh Yumkella, we call you say you yourself say you economist. Now you they talk there stupid talk they not to the president too. From that time the Ibrahim, now some power begin raise eyebrow and say, you know what, this guy is up to something. He is up. He get plan for destroy the people of Sierra Leone. And Ibrahim, it is with all that in the year, the masses. the people of Sierra Leone. You know, when they compromise, because waiting this the cause now for compromise, now for give leverage to Madabio and the government for thief more. Say, you know what, guys, we've done well. We don't enrich ourselves at the expense of the people. And this is what we are fighting for, Ibrahim. And trust me, I would never relent on this fight, because I still know, say, huge vacuum. People they were banned for destroy that country, Ibrahim, and we're not going to take it. We're not going to tolerate it, and we're not going to stand by and watch these guys they destroy the nation. We're not going to do that.
Absolutely not. You know, Comrade Nkashi, Salon people, let's go back. Kandeh Yumkella. Kandeh Yumkella back in 1994. So, you know, when I be Minister of Trade, we know say not to directly say you sell the oil refinery. But he sell the oil refinery. He's the Minister of Trade, so the buck stops with him. And I say Marabio, I say this because Marabio don't know how to use Kandeh Yumkella from time immemorial, and he's still the user. This way, do back so I use it, they use them no more for serve in political agenda. We done it, they dump them back, like I dump them. We can make them misuse and mistreat them, abuse them until they abuse to him mama, send peace by mama na party office, lock party office to Motpara.
Let me just interrupt you quickly with the sale of the refinery. Again, he is the minister. Surely, if I don't advise, or the permanent secretary for don't advise him, if it was against it, he should have resigned. So if it will make issue done there, for the seller, whether it was his decision or not, tells you is part of the plan. Absolutely. It was advised and believed the advice, and then go by the advice, and then go to the president, and they made decision. So did he resign? So it was part of it, Ibrahim.
That is the question right there. Let Kandeh Yumkella produce that letter where he submitting resignation for say, I am against the sale of the oil refinery. The only oil refinery will get, I am against the sale, therefore I'm going to resign my position because I don't want to be a part of it. They not exist, right? So Kandeh Yumkella sell the only oil refinery will get. I want the young people to know them thing, they let them understand, say, why Sierra Leone they grow, why Sierra Leone they go before the like today. This was back where you look from the Ahmed Kaba, where 1967, around 10 and they 64 to 67, where they sell SLPMB and all that stuff. Then they take all that money, they TIFI go. All behind this one SLPP political party, where Kandeh Yumkella himself is a part of. Then we go look now, they like today. Marabio use them then, it continue for use them up until this day, they use them like they use them. So Kandeh Yumkella could be used. Kandeh Yumkella not smart. Kandeh Yumkella is a very stupid guy. Like how we see so now over the past years now, we don't understand. Say yes again. Where you pull them boy upline, you run, Comrade Nkashi. I'm telling you, they already pull up line and carry and go overseas. No problem. Pull the upline from Komo side in as you can see. No, I guess but a lot of them, you know, a lot of them, it's a culture shock for them because they never integrate into one system first for even be properly civilized. So sorry to always go for feel very offended. Direct America. It tell on them. You see up on them. My brother, I'm telling you, it's a thing. If you watch a lot of man, they watch them. We, you know, they like it in a government, so a lot of them. Pull in a village, you know, then village when they waka barefoot. We're not to 30 days, they not even go they not change themselves. They not even say, okay, we go change this, that's what me live my life. Let me change them. They not even think of that again. Before that, then they pridefully they boast of that. They say, that's why I grow up, I don't be get shoes na my foot. But 30 they not do nothing when they get positions of authority for go fix her and change her. Let them pick it and they not get shoes that their foot. Let them pick it and get shoes that are their foot. But they do nothing for change them. That is the problem we'll get us in the like today. But again, you will feel offended. I'm sorry, but I'm specific on Kandeh Yumkella. We pull them boy in a village. You can't go directly overseas. Now the problem that I will get like today is full of ego, egotistic, you know, if full of self-grandiosity. If you say he's the most powerful figure, you know, if you say intelligent past everybody, if you say clever past everybody, this is the problem we'll get. So where they make more strategic alliance, it's bullshit. Kandeh Yumkella don't see is a failure in Sierra Leone politics. You don't get no place in the politics of Sierra Leone. It don't disappoint the people of Sierra Leone for 5 years. They want to go send to parliament. But I don't say get for go tribalism. We go na kitchen. Musa come they go talk sosore. We go talk sosore. They say, oh brother and sister, because of waiting the illiteracy, which is what they all capitalize on for all these years in politics. They like it in Africa. But this is the Kandeh Yumkella that we have. And for young people, are they big una? Are they tell una? This man will not be fooled or smitten by any nonsense where they can tell una. I can't tell una say, hey, Salon they go before.
before. We know they grow. Also, we did that all day. This and that. He has done nothing to fix it. This man get PhD in agricultural economics. And not get farm who say plant petete. Let go show you in farm who say they plant okra. This man not get nothing at this particular point in time as a PhD in agricultural economics. Matter of fact, SLPP after the elections, we will not say they go back outside and come out. Sometimes they will go up in farm. Now one small village when say go like go turn the lady do in what they do for agricultural economists because they lost this election. And after this election, it's the end of Kandeh Yumkella in stain na politics. And they tell her for free. Kandeh Yumkella in existence in Sierra Leone politics now after this election, it's over. It's done. You don't get no more space, no more place. Because I guarantee you, say the SLPP will not even tolerate him, even after Marabio come out for say for be a running mate or flag bearer or whatever the case may be. This is not going to happen for Kandeh Yumkella. But this is a man where he disappointed thousands and thousands of Sierra Leoneans and we feel say is sober. But I tell you again today, say this brother, not a sober man. Of course, we all don't see him for himself. We don't manifest. We put him to test. Kashi, anybody, like I would say, you say earlier, when you look at the resume, you put the person to test. If the person were na pay, we go pay for get a degree, you don't know where you put her to test. Now we show so. Can you cannot go pay for a degree? We get her, Miana. But to go and go test her. Look what I show. Look what he show. Failure is an F. F. Kashi, na F. Nothing. This man not get no point. He not score no political point in Sierra Leone in 5 years. He not make no impact. He not affect the economy. I swear to God, he not impacts no lives in nothing in Sierra Leone in 5 years being in parliament.
What Abbas Bundu? If you check them, it's all they talk about degree in parliament. If you see them,
then they shake.
Then they are useless in them.
So the Kandeh Yumkella Kashi, this is the man that I toiled for. Like I say again. In Wef, if anything, may I so rest in peace. Now, man, go come, they're gonna host to me. I see the other day the picture of them, saturated on social media. I might share those photos for the last time and finally no more. The people understand the kind of a relationship where we even get to in Wef, but I cut them off when Kandeh Yumkella begin misbehave. I cut off the relationship. Again, I know they expect the wife for side with me against her husband. So definitely, we're not be in good terms anymore. After that point, they want to begin to see the foolishness. But this was a woman that respected me so much. He go come, they go kind of me house, he go deal with me picking them, he go play with me picking them with me wife and all of that kind of bad stuff. Then we had photos, we go drive them around, we go, he go come give me a bottle of wine. I go do the same, I go reverse. We get a pleasant kiss day. There was a relationship between me and that man and wife. But what he said the man begin act a fool. Where I begin hit him, man. Of course, with communication stall. We stopped communicating, we stopped talking. And this was a woman where we even set up an NGO, an organization, Kashi, where we even raised up to about $4,500. Instead now say, Msg Yumkella, I don't think I can continue this relationship anymore, so I'm going to wire this money all to you, Shebam, go na all the orphanage them, go across the country, cash in at the tenant, they will go na King's George's home, go na Don Bosco, we made all them donations and all the things, and the people don't even know. But this was the kind of relationship that I had with his wife. But once he said the man foolish, I said, no, I'm not going to allow this relationship for interfere. But we don't talk all these things. Tell you man did I so may I so rest in peace. But Kandeh Yumkella is a disgrace to us, and I refuse to be a part of it. It disgraces Sierra Leoneans them. Not so we are a shemo. It disgraces himself, a lily himself, a petty himself, and he don't show who that him be, and he has no respect. Look at Kandeh Yumkella in circle. It get for be very close, small now. Now either if he shake against the SLPP again, it cannot even go against the SLPP. Watch how they sugarcoat. If you want to talk about anything negative, like how you talk and so you go talk about say the Ukraine, not so no all side. So this man cannot even be effective again for call out the SLPP as a political party. Kandeh Yumkella basically just go back home and just go back home to a political party. Now that people have understand. Say these guys they don't take allegiance to these political parties.
The next chief minister.
It will be sad. Unfortunately, by God in power, I know come to pass because the SLPP they lost this election for sure. They lost some. And I make us say again, Kandeh Yumkella. Absolutely, but look at the APC. They were in mate. Anyways, the party sick. Fast months done. But Usai Samura didn't run mate day. Usai Samura didn't run mate day. It's so sickening. Usai Samura didn't all man day. Nobody know the branch out. Nobody know the branch out. For a political party, we want for win election. You know, you see, say these guys are lethargic. They don't give up. You see, say in fact, they all don't make way for the Marabio for getting this second time. For getting 2 chance. They will come 2028. But Salon people they watch. And I make you say again, hey, everybody in a Salon politics, they don't know they eat money. When I continue for bomb sweat them, they don't know they take politician money right now. Right now, they eat politician money. They cover them. Let's continue for swear them. Let them continue for expose them. Let them secret them come on a door. And politicians, they will be there with their idiots. They are where they support them. Una name them go begin come out one because una condone this foolishness against our nation. Una make we country backward, the guy backward. So say, you know the move, so you know the prosper. Una take miscreants in our society. We're not fit for anything. Una support them on the agenda for destroy we nation and continue for blindside with people. Then development of Canada nation day. Una secrets will come on a door. Then go begin call una name them one after the other. Kandeh Yumkella is a disgrace, my brother. Kashi, this is the last and the first time I think. You know, we'll continue for discuss Kandeh Yumkella, but for go this in depth, Kandeh Yumkella is a shame. We'll continue for hit him on, especially during this electionary period. For hit him, any sideway shake, we'll go hit him. But Kandeh Yumkella is a disgrace to Sierra Leone, is a disgrace to political landscape. A disappointed and shame
this is the
people.
thing. APC are not helping the cause for these idiots to go. I keep saying this, Ibrahim. I get the strong conviction, say APC not they help we in this fight. I do not understand, Ibrahim. I am being honest now. Everything, hey, Ibrahim, hey, if APC be serious, then guide here. But, hey, God, Ibrahim, what else do we need for kick the guy they are gonna do? Waiting again, we need everything. The communicator is there. The Ibrahim is there. The people's power is there. The people are in the social media. The chain about the African Express is there. The Warise is there. You know, you name it. Even like the Kakabele when they don't turn back, when they don't turn in mind, the Adebayo is there. But yet still they did not take advantage of it. Before that, they don't use that now for the even they destroy the APC back.
No, in order to Okashi, you cannot mix him in this count. He's an antagonist. He's an antagonist. No. He's an antagonist from the get-go. He has always been, you know. Like so the fact of the matter is, but anyways, no, even deliberate on him.
For speak up, like call things
absolutely.
Out. You turn the
absolutely.
Something is wrong.
All I know is we get for push on that human trafficking, you know, case to push the international community. That is the most important thing there. But we wait. You know, we need more evidence, so we wait for a response. Forget the evidence. But Kashi, you know, the fact of the matter remains. Kandeh Yumkella expose yourself. Not only for tonight, param. Any side wanna go na ala param during this campaign period. Any side, but of course, you know, not say you forget the protection of the police and everything. But any side will go na ala param. Na for ala param. Not to come with ala param. Possibly like come before that. He's very deceitful. His acts are very criminal, and he not deserve a place down in politics. You know, Kandeh Yumkella, it would have been honest if he just come out plainly to the people and say, you know what, some people are not thinking say with the NGC I go for achieve my ultimate desire. So therefore, I just go join the SLPP back. But for Kandeh can tell me about grander, you know, strategic alliance and bull nonsense, all that crap. You cannot deceive we Kandeh Yumkella. I know fool we again. Now you go back now SLPP. You go back home. Also you belong. You feel saying that you get your place. Your political party. Now they don't born you. We understand salon politics now. So you get the same thing in the APC people they way in the same way no more. Now they will never come up behind the APC. We'll not get problem now. Everybody get right for affiliate with the political party of in choice. But be honest about it. Not play with people intelligence. Not play with we intelligence. We're too intelligent for C. Say it's a simple go back. Say you know what? I'm done with the NGC. The NGC not go inside. The NGC not go for move anything. Usai this on a campaign. I didn't know more. It could stop. But you know what? I go back home to me SLPP as a political party and go help them follow continue for destroy this country. Now in Kandeh Yumkella do so salon people. But at the end of the day, we didn't have to call them out. You know, everything I did for this man, everything we did for this man, people selflessly contribute their money them towards this man for say, you know, this man could get what he take for change that country. Day. We get a bigger vision, bigger hope, thinking say this man would change the status quo. What would they look for like today? Kandeh Yumkella would have been the Peter Obi in Nigeria. Peter Obi go change the status quo like today inside Nigeria politics. They rig the election so but they don't say they are shaked. But Kandeh Yumkella, look at. This is the man. They like it today. We don't disappoint the people. They don't shame with people. Anytime I wanna see I shame on you. Shame on you, Kandeh Yumkella. Anytime I wanna see him, shame on you. Anytime we go team up for campaign, shame on you. Because it's very deceitful. That the word that they wanna forgive him. Shame on you, Kandeh Yumkella. You're a disappointment to this country. You're a disgrace to Sierra Leone. Shame on you, Kandeh Yumkella. You greedy, Kandeh Yumkella. You're selfish, Kandeh Yumkella. You self-egotistic, Kandeh Yumkella. You know, na for Allah paranmo all the way through. At the end of the day, this guy also aim for better life. be honest with we go. We all know say okay, the man say they go back now in political party, not to fet. I think we know say yes, not to fet. I get right, for belong and not for belong. Now you're right, but not play with intelligence, Kandeh Yumkella. Enough is enough. We spend those selfless nights, those sleepless nights, day up and down, the campaign for you, audios, videos. I did it for you, Kandeh Yumkella. I swear to God, pass if I don't be doing with me all me heart too, but if I be doing with me heart, thinking say you get a genuine mind for Sierra Leone, God will decide your fate in Sierra Leone politics between you and I. God will decide that fate day. I know the work I put in for you, Kandeh Yumkella. I don't say no. You don't call me one day, you don't beg me one day, you don't ask me one day. I did it by myself because I see say yes. You get what you take at that particular point in time. As long as my intentions were genuine, God go judge. God go make sure say yes. He go look your political career in that country. You continue for disgrace for as long as you did in salon politics. You continue for disgrace. You will not see light of day. If you be say the work with me work. Where team up, I fed for you, let them sabi you, let them know you inside Sierra Leone. Morning Santanet, I pay people and do in elections, come in and go to Akashi. Many people are waiting inside in campaign, so some of in campaign manager them. Now me give them money when they go upline for go to campaign. Buy megaphone, buy speaker, and this and that. In main team right now, the one that we deal with, I know talk about the one that don't resign. Main man that we inside in Kandeh Yumkella campaign team right now. We are see with them, as some of them are sitting on a stage with us inside this SLPP. Those were guys where they said, I mean they said Western Union.
Now you buy that Conway be the charm as well.
But now me find them keep they all cashy. I financed all of them, keep them. They guided me.
That con, the only thing I'm glad for that, how you buy that Conway, where be the charm.
You know what I mean? Kashi, all of them want to be, all of those people across that country. I financed those trips for letting them go campaign, buy bullhorn them, all of them stuff. Then they would put speaker in their village them for teach them, for let them know about Kandeh Yumkella. If you be say all anything they're not doing with me, open mind, bruh. Let God judge between me and you. But your politics in Sierra Leone, you continue to be a disgrace to society because everybody knows say I get a clean heart and a pure heart with everything I do. I know the whole no grudge against anybody. Kandeh Yumkella, I'm not beholden to you. You not give me money one day for campaign for you. Not beg me one day. I did it on my own. Matter of fact, I pull money back. I give you back. Yes, let's show you no more for say yes. As long as my intentions are clear, Kandeh Yumkella, you would always be a disgrace in Sierra Leone politics. You would not go anywhere. You know, the goes anywhere in salon politics. Usa you this this foolishness. Now they stop. Now they you politics go stop inside Sierra Leone. And there are many more Sierra Leoneans there with this. Cast the same spell on you. We do it with an open heart and with a pure mind and asking God for let God be the judge at this particular point in time in Sierra Leone politics. But you shall have your day, my brother. You go see him. You go see him for the disappointment we bring kind of with politics. You break the hopes of a lot of Sierra Leoneans. Them, Sierra Leone people and believe and then no say there could be an alternative choice. Sierra Leone people and believe in that. But now Kandeh Yumkella come change that mindset. They sky for do what you want for do for let you able for change that they will not go change them. But me no say delicate today. You work for the NGC because of Kandeh Yumkella, not for the NGC party, because of Kandeh Yumkella. Kandeh Yumkella is sometimes if they go join the SLPP self for his sake, no more for say okay, this man if you go and I go change their mindset, it go pull them behind that then tribalistic way of thinking. Kandeh Yumkella that time we see him. Take off for former President Nkrumah. If you wish well for Kandeh Yumkella, I say, hey, this will brother for that bank Asoka and this and that. He says sometimes get intention for be president of this country, let God help him. Tell to former President Nkrumah, and not talk out of spite, it talk him because of his see, what he see. But Kandeh Yumkella delicate today, we get an opportunity for go change with politics, empower young people, show them say there could be integrity in politics. Kandeh Yumkella can broke down the meaning for the young people who they come up, where it disappoint them gravely. When they're able for they don't get an opportunity for CC. Politicians can get integrity. Kandeh Yumkella get what he take. This man they receive pension from United Nations. You don't need money in a salon. This man before can restore dignity inside African politics. But oh yeah, they say you cannot beat them, join them. So then beat Kandeh Yumkella, then join her inside the soup, then destroy her. Malabi will continue for use them like a tool, and Kandeh Yumkella will remain to be used as a tool in Sierra Leone politics. You would never have an headway. Go ever get a headway inside Sierra Leone politics for as long as didn't hear we do so to Sierra Leone people and like today. This kind of bad disappointment. Honesty is everything. It matters in human being. Then sleepless nights will toil. That's suffer. You get the pay. Sierra Leone people with the left hand. When I continue for watch them. Any sound of Kandeh Yumkella for all paranormal. Shame on you. Shame on you. And shame on you. Bye-bye. Comrade Nkashi, any last word?
Well, my last word is for you go to brothers and sisters, especially when we talk to university, we don't get very soon for going begin to see their brain. When I remind you of what you've been saying 5 years ago, if now in the practice this 2023, when I look at them, we've been talking as a low put first. When I remind of all the things that happened, the student and the one of the one I lost school, I pay 10 million, I paid over how many? 40 million. When I pay 2.5 or 3 million at university, or when I pay now, when I not get all that they don't go. When I remind them for certain things, when I look at the lives of the people, if not the same. Now, also pay attention to upcoming politicians, people who say them don't live in a diaspora, when they work in a UN, because that's what they can go. I mean, now you know, I'm working at IMF or World Bank. We don't pay attention to the Yumkella for be a very big example. No, say not to all what's in the guilt and a goal. So not to even brass. So not to even brass. So now nothing. Yumkella for be an example, Ibrahim.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, guys. Left and I ask some people. Kashi, any word?
No, Ibrahim, let's end it here.
All right. Thank you, bye. All right.